Hey guys, what's going on? My name is Grant James. I'm here with Lead PPC. I actually have a couple of different businesses. Since you guys are probably coming out of the NFT gaming space, I have a large guild. We have over 10,000 NFTs. We're in 25 different games. I advise on around 30 different games for guild scalability solutions, as well as tokenomics, because there's quite a few broken things with tokenomics. And today I'm going to be talking about the top 9 NFT game advertising ideas for 2022. And I'm just going to have my screen up here and kind of just talk to some of the concepts that you'll see on the page right here. I'm not the best at making videos, but I do know quite a bit about both advertising as well as the NFT space, whether it's PFPs or NFT gaming or those types of things. Also, I was kind of like a semi-pro gamer. I played Halo 5 competitively, competed for MLG stuff in New Orleans. Been playing video games and doing LAN parties and stuff like that ever since I was really young. I'm 43-ish now, and started doing LAN parties when I was about 15. So been around for quite a while. So here's some advertising ideas for your NFT game. Obviously, if you're here, you're probably looking at ways to acquire more daily active users or build your community stronger or those types of things. Obviously, no one really knows that much about advertising for NFT stuff since it's all this Web3 stuff is really new, but I'll try to share some concepts that hopefully will be helpful for you. Um, if you're a game, the first thing I would say is you really have to build a good game. If your game isn't good, then there's really not that much you can do about it, and you're probably just going to be scamming people. But having said that, a lot of games start with a minimum viable product, and so maybe your game isn't that great right now, but could be pretty good down the road. I'd say that's okay as well. One of the guys that I have a lot of respect for in the space is a guy named Bryson. And he's huge on making sure that that we are investing as a community in games that are actually good. And I think that if you want to get all kind of that viral effect or what have you, your game should be good. So kind of a no-brainer, but why advertise for something that's not a very good product in the first place? Number two, and this kind of has to do with tokenomics in general, be really careful with how you're paying your players. Whatever token it is that you're using to pay your players is what they're going to exit with. So I always think it's funny that people have like a rewards token or maybe it's a utility token, but then that thing just gets dumped like crazy. We've invested in so many different games that just get completely thrashed, and once the token prices aren't good, the NFT value tends to follow right along with it because people build spreadsheets and they try to figure out, how can I get my return and those types of things. So my recommendation would be to, when you're giving out rewards, I would have that be USDT, USDC, BUSD, something that's a stable coin or a network token like WETH or ETH or Solana or something like that, that you're okay if people exit with that. And maybe your VCs will say, well, that's not utility. Well, staking was really never great utility, and just handing out tokens for free. Like imagine if Ethereum, all the users that use Ethereum, if you just gave out Ethereum to everyone that's using it instead of burning it. What you want to have happen is treat your token like it is a network token for your game and require it for everything. Require it for entry fees, require it for upgrades, require it for anything that needs to be done or can be done in the game, and then make people pay in USDC or USDT or something like that along with your token for entry fees or things like that, and then let people earn from each other. That's a much more sustainable way to go. Again, you may not think this has to do with advertising or marketing, but I would consider that USDC, USDT, whatever that budget is a big part of your marketing budget, because that's one of the best ways to make your game go viral is by having good rewards. I really like what EV.io has done, where they have like and it may change by the time you see this, but $10,000 a month marketing budget plus doing fractal cups where people can earn $10,000 or what have you. But I think that that's a good way to go, where you have some type of sponsorships, maybe some ad revenue, and then just a general marketing budget. Number 3, have a free to play Web 2 model. This would be a good example. You could go to eb.io. Again, I own a few of those NFTs. I think we have like 10 of them or something like that. But I think it's a good game, good example for marketing stuff. Also, Mini Royale Nations is a good one, where basically you go right to the website, and those two are browser-based games. But the point is that anyone can enter the game without holding an NFT, but they can't earn, but they can play. This becomes really important foundationally as you start to get into advertising, because groups like Facebook, especially sometimes Google and YouTube, Steam, for instance, you cannot participate in those networks unless you have a Web 2 version of your game. So don't leave that part out. Having it Web 3 only, it's such a small crowd. Those crowds are really expensive anyway. So try to create your own shot. Try to go out there and have a Web 2 model as a piece of what you're doing. And more games are moving that direction. Let's talk about YouTube ads. So I have an example on here of Mech NFTs, Trey Smith over there. He's one of the best marketers that I've seen. He has close relations to Frank Kern, who comes out of the comes out of the information marketing space. I actually have watched some of Trey's videos back when I was in my early 30s. And those guys really know how to sell. And they're one of the first groups that I've seen that ran YouTube ads and also did, number 5, you'll see landing pages, where basically, I have an example, you can go click on it, but something that is very direct that says, here's what we have, here's how much it costs, here's how you can get it, type of a situation, driving them to a landing page, reinforcing that message, allowing people to buy with a credit card so you can take profits, and then also being able to pay with crypto. When I got into Mech NFT after seeing their video on YouTube, I think I bought like 14 of their legendaries, and then ended up as a guild. I bought like 150 total NFTs, and it's just, if I hadn't seen that YouTube video, which I saw because I was looking up Dragon Master, actually. I was searching for another NFT game. Their video came up as the sponsored ad, and I was like, this is really cool. So I ended up getting into it, and I don't know exactly how much I spent, but it was quite a bit. And I think that's a really good way to go. Next one, Facebook ads. I know Guild of Guardians has been doing a little bit of this. I have a link in here, right here, that goes to the library. A lot of people don't know this, but Facebook, they have a policy where anyone can view what page is running ads, so you can go see exactly what Guild of Guardians is doing. And I think that they're leaning into the Apple or Android side of it. And if you have an app that's Web 2 enabled to be able to do something like that, then it allows you to be able to advertise on Facebook. Facebook, from what I understand, does not allow typical crypto stuff to be advertised for, because there's a lot of bad stuff that goes along with that. But if you do have a Web 2 version of your game, then you can do that on Facebook ads. Google search ads. This can be a really great way to go, especially on branded terms. So you could advertise on your own brand, unless you're already ranked organically and no one else is advertising, so maybe you don't need to. But maybe take a minute and write down like the top 10 to 20 other NFT projects or games that you think their audiences would be a good fit. Maybe it's Bored Ape Yacht Club, maybe it's Phantom Galaxy or Axie Infinity, or a sports game, or whatever it is. You can advertise on those terms, for those branded terms. Just don't use dynamic keyword insertion, and don't use their branded terms inside of your actual ads, and you'll be fine, because anyone can advertise on any term as long as you don't use that term inside of your ads. Number 8, AdFi ads. So this is, so obviously I own an ad agency called BreedFi. Been doing that for 12 years. Most of our historic stuff has been in the franchising space. The NFT space is another space that we're starting to get into, because I think Web3 is where everything is going. But in addition to the lead PPC agency that I have, my partner and I, we created, same co-founder that started BreedFi. We also started AdFi, which is really the first ad platform for Web3 gaming. I compare it maybe to Anzu, which is more for just regular games, but basically ad placements inside of NFT games to that native Web3 audience. So if you're looking for exclusively Web3 audience, there may be some opportunities there for us to get you into some different games and do some advertising placements inside of there. That's right now we're working on our API so that things are a little more smooth with Unity and also with Unreal. But yeah, I would love to chat about that as well. Number 9, write articles. So I kind of have my own philosophy on this, but I don't pay for any SEO. I'm much more write good content, take that content, publish it on a blog, take that URL, take it to Google Search Console, and plug it in there so that it indexes kind of how sitemaps used to kind of work, but you can submit that build directly to Google. And then just like this, coming back and maybe shooting a video on that same topic, reinforcing that, taking the links from YouTube, pushing them back over, maybe doing a transcript or something like that to add more text. But I know in the franchising space, I used to run a lot of ads around franchise leads and things like that. And what I found is that if people find me organically, they take the time to watch the video. It's like having a conversation without having a conversation. And those leads are much stronger if they found me organically and they watched a video. So that's one thing to kind of consider as well, is don't be afraid for your game to write on relevant topics, to know what keywords you want to show up for, which ones give you good ROI, and write around those and connect with people through text and through video. If you're interested in having us help you drive more leads, we have some very basic packages. We don't want people spending a lot of money, but basically an ad budget of around $1,500 a month, split up between YouTube ads and Facebook ads if you can do Facebook ads, maybe some Google search ads. Typically on the Google side of things, you want to be spending about $30 a day, so about $900 a month there. And on the Facebook side of things, spending about $20 a day, so about $600 a month there. We can move those budgets around some, but that's kind of what we recommend on that side. And then we charge $750 a month for what we do. We create all of the ads, landing pages, the tracking systems, ROI reporting, CRM integrations, NFT sale tracking, those types of things. We can also help you get set up on things like dQuest to do gamified processes of people like following you on Twitter, join your Discord, download the game, API confirm that you downloaded the game, play the game, those types of things. But would love to have a conversation either way, and maybe since I also have one of the biggest guilds in the world, maybe there's a connection there. We can talk about a handful of different things. But we're big advocates for the space. Feel free to fill out the contact us form, which I think is linked here, and let's chat. Talk to you soon.